and the only person I want talking is the person I've called your name. And we want to give our friends time to think. So even if they're paused for a moment, I don't want 15 hands going up. That makes people nervous, okay? So I want you to give your friends time to think. So A, read A to me, Sarah.
Round top number to the nearest whole.
Okay, and Isaac, what is my top number?
8.8.
8.8, so it's found right there. So if I did A, and it's 8.8, Samaya, what does it mean by round it to the whole number?
Round it to the ones.
To the ones. What place value is in the ones, Duncan? They're both 8.
Oh, the 8.
In front of the decimal. So this is my ones place, which anytime you read round it to the nearest whole number, they're talking about a whole dollar, which is in our ones place. Kaylin, what is my strategy to round that number?
You're gonna turn to the other 8 and see if you will round up there.
Good. And what does that 8 do to this 8?
Round up.
Rounds it up to a what?
To 9.
To a 9. What happens to everything else? As soon as this thing stops. Yes, so do I keep my decimal there?
Yes.
I can, and then I would turn that to a
0.
or I could just write a 9, right?
Oh.
If the decimal, if only zeros are behind it, you don't have to have it. Alright? So what should my answer be for a, let's see, Will?
Oh, no. 9.
What's my answer for A? 9. Good. Okay. So I have B.
What?
Right in, yes ma'am.
You could still write 9.0.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very good question. Because that still has a value of nothing, so it's still 9 whole dollars or 9 as a whole. Okay? Andalyn, read B for me.
Compare numbers in black boxes.
Okay? What does it say?
Right in order from greatest to least.
Greatest to least. So, where do I find what order they want me to write that, Jaden?
Greatest to least.
Where do I find that up here?
Above the 8.
So right here, this G to L. What does Ms. Webster want you to write on your paper forever and always?
G
to L or
L to G.
L to G. That reminds you what order you're going in because they're going to trick you. Okay? So greatest to least. What is my first strategy, Kendall, to order those numbers? Am I just going to start ordering them? I'm going to what? I'm going to write them and line them up by their what? By their what? How do I line up numbers? Well, let's think for just a second. How do I line up numbers? By their... You say it again? By the decimal. So like this 14, I'm not going to write it like this, am I?
No.
No, I can't do that. I have to line it up by the decimal. So I've got to bump that over so that it's like 14. Then this one, 14.4. Okay? If I wanted to make this look like money, Alex, what could I do to the end of all those to make it look like money? Put a 0. So if I do that, Frank, how much money is this?
$8.80.
Good. Ava?
$4.80.
Will?
$14.80.
Anna?
$14.40.
Good. So now, what order am I ordering these, Denari?
Greatest to least.
How do I know I'm going greatest to least?
Because I put the number that's behind the decimal is which one's the greatest, and if they're equal, then go to the number that's in front of the decimal and see which one's greatest.
Perfect. So I'm looking for the greatest number. So I look here, and I have nothing here, nothing here. I have a 1 and a 1. So right now, these are what? They're
equal.
the biggest, and they're equal, right? Because they're both 1s. So then, Kaylin, I go here, and I have a 4 and a 4. What does that tell me? They're still equal, okay? And I know that I'm looking for the greatest, so I'm not even looking at these anymore. So I have 14, 14. And then I come over here, Rayleigh, and I have an 8 and a 4. What happened?
Rayleigh?
The 8 is bigger than 4.
The 8 is bigger than 4. So therefore, Isaac, what do I know when the 8 is bigger than the 4? What happened?
The other number greatest.
Which one's greatest?
14.80.
So the 4, if it was money, it'd be $14.80. Good. Okay. So this one, what am I going to do now that I've used this one, Samaya?
You're gonna put it on the chart. And
So I wrote it here, and then what am I going to do to it over here?
cross it out.
Cross it out. I'm going to mark it off. I've used it. What do I know has to be the next number, Duncan?
$14.40.
The other 14. Angelina, I need you to fix it. What am I going to do after I use it?
Oh, you're gonna cross it out.
Cross it out. Perfect. What is my next step, Anna?
You have to look at the top two numbers and look at the 8 and 4 and see if it's bigger.
Okay, so 8 and 4. Ava, which one is bigger?
8.
The 8. So I'm going to write the $8. And how much money would that be if it was money?
80 cents.
Good. And then I'm going to do what over here?
Mark it out.
Mark it off. And then what?
$4.80.
$4.80. And then I'm going to mark it off to make sure I've used every number. So if I went greatest to least, this would be my order. So you need to put a check mark on your answer or fix it. A check mark or fix it. So Samaya, read C to me.
Compare numbers in the black box.
Compare. Somebody, let's see, Kendall, tell me what it means to compare a number. Which is what? Which one's what? Which one is more? Okay, so I'm going to compare, and it says compare numbers in the black boxes. So what two numbers am I comparing, Kaylin?
8.8 and 14.8.
So I'm going to put my little compare line right there to figure out what they are. 14.8. So, Isaac, Miss Webster wants you to line up numbers how to compare them. By their decimals. So I'm just going to come over here, 8.8 and 14.8. Okay? Frank, what can I do to make that look like money?
Put zeros at the end of the decimal.
Okay? So, Ava, how much money is this?
$8.80.
Will, how much money is this?
$14.80.
So, Samaya, would I rather have $8.80 or $14.80?
$14.80.
So, what is this going to say? 8.8 is
Greater.
wait,
Less
what?
Than.
Less than, right?
Oh, man.
14.8. So you got to be able to read those symbols. Y'all know the math. You can tell me that you know this one is greater, but it's still the symbols that we're struggling on. So here I would have had 8.8 and 14.8, and then I would have had my less than symbol. If you wrote it like this, 14.8 is greater than 8.8, are you wrong?
No.
No. So this is correct as well. So either way that you wrote that would have been a correct answer. Okay? Let's see. Anna, read D to me.
Write the top numbers in expanded notation.
Okay, so the top number in expanded notation. So my top number is 8.8. What is expanded notation, Alex? Perfect. So I have the digit, right? And I am using, what did you say? What symbol? Multiplied by the what?
The place value.
Oops. The place value. What place value is this 8 in, everyone?
1.
1. So I'm going to do 8 times 1. And then what do I need to put around this, Jaden? Parentheses. Then what do I do, Kaylin? What symbol has to go here?
Plus.
So addition. Good. And then Isaac, what's my next step?
Put decimal 8 times
Okay. So what is the digit here?
8.
8. And then I'm going to use what symbol, Will? Multiplication. And I'm going to times it. What place value, Isaac, is this number in?
Tenths.
Tenths. So I'm going to times it by a tenth. We struggled on this for a long time. How do I represent not 8/10, but a tenth? 1/10. Sarah. 0.1. Y'all are in such the habit of trying to put that number, the 0.8. Okay? You've got to show that you're multiplying the number by the place value. And then I'm going to put what around it, Kaylin? Parentheses. Okay? Am I done?
No.
How many digits are there? How many parentheses do I have?
2.
So is that an expanded form, expanded notation? Can somebody just for kicks tell me the difference between expanded notation and expanded form? Kendall?
Expanded form is, I don't think it has parentheses and it's an adding sign, but expanded notation has parentheses.
Good. So notation symbols for multiplication. Yes, we've said that a couple times, haven't we? So form is short and it's just the addition of the values. Good. Okay? Ma'am.
Is it wrong if you do 1/2?
No. That is very good question. So I could do 8 times 1, right? Plus 8 times a 10. Like that. Like a fraction. Now you're normally going to see it like this, but that is not incorrect. That is still a 10. Okay? So either one of those would be right. So parentheses, 8 times 1 plus